What if the key to unlocking your highest potential is hidden in the smallest, everyday moments? Imagine being able to look back at each day, knowing you've grown, evolved, and become better than you were yesterday. In a world obsessed with instant results, true mastery comes from the daily commitment to progress. Today, we'll explore 7 transformative Buddhist lessons that will teach you how to get better, stronger, and more focused every single day. This isn't just about small changes. This is about a mindset shift that will propel you toward a limitless life. Are you ready to embrace the power of continuous growth? Let's get started. 1. Embrace the power of consistency. Consistency is one of the most powerful tools you can use to achieve growth and success, and it's often the key difference between those who succeed and those who struggle to make lasting progress. Buddhism teaches us a profound truth. Small, steady efforts, when practiced regularly, lead to significant transformation over time. This idea is deeply rooted in the concept of gradual progress. Buddhism doesn't promote the idea of drastic, overnight change, because real and meaningful growth comes from consistent effort, not from sudden bursts of activity. Many of us are used to chasing quick results, believing that major changes should happen almost instantly. But true success, whether it's in your personal development, spiritual growth, or even professional achievements, is built on daily actions. It's easy to feel discouraged if we don't see instant transformation, but the beauty of consistency is that it works in the background, compounding over time. Every small step you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem at first, contributes to your larger journey. Just think about the power of building small habits every day, like taking a few minutes to meditate, journaling about your thoughts, or practicing gratitude. Over weeks and months, these small habits add up, and they form the foundation of a better version of yourself. So, instead of aiming for perfection or rapid results, focus on small improvements and stay committed to the process. By committing to daily progress, you create a powerful habit of consistency. This will gradually shift your mindset from looking for instant rewards to understanding that lasting change is a journey built on small, deliberate steps. With time, you'll find that these consistent actions will lead to massive growth, transforming your life in ways you couldn't have imagined. 2. Focus on the process, not the result. In our fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with messages that push us to focus on the end goal, the finish line, the achievement, the success. Whether it's losing weight, building a career, or mastering a skill, the pressure to see immediate results can often overshadow the journey itself. However, Buddhism teaches us a different perspective. True growth lies in embracing the process, not just fixating on the result. When we focus solely on the outcome, we often overlook the lessons, growth, and joy that come from the journey itself. Every step you take on your path is an opportunity to learn, evolve, and refine yourself. But when we make the result the sole focus, we run the risk of rushing through life without appreciating the present moment. Buddhist teachings encourage us to live mindfully in each moment and immerse ourselves in the process. Whether you're working on personal development, learning a new skill, or achieving a long-term goal, the real transformation happens when you focus on the day-to-day actions that bring you closer to your goals. It's about finding joy and fulfillment in the work itself, not just the reward at the end. The beauty of focusing on the process is that it helps to reduce anxiety and stress about the future. Instead of worrying about how long it will take or whether you're on the right track, you learn to trust that consistent effort will bring results over time. You begin to understand that the little wins, the small improvements, and even the setbacks are all part of a bigger picture. These are the moments where real growth occurs. Focusing on the process also helps you develop patience. When you're not obsessed with the end goal, you can move through challenges and setbacks with greater ease. You begin to see each day as an opportunity to improve, no matter how small or insignificant the task may seem. This mindset frees you from the pressure of perfection and allows you to enjoy the journey without rushing toward the destination. When you focus on the process, you are not just working towards a goal. You are becoming the person you need to be in order to achieve that goal. It's through embracing the process that you transform not only your results, but your very self. 3. Own your mistakes and learn from them. In the journey of self-improvement, one of the most profound teachings of Buddhism is the idea that our mistakes are not something to fear or avoid, but something to embrace. Far from being failures, mistakes are opportunities for learning, growth, and transformation. Unfortunately, in today's society, we often view mistakes as setbacks or signs of inadequacy, but this mindset only hinders our progress. Buddhism teaches us that mistakes are not an end, but a part of the continuous cycle of learning and improvement. Owning your mistakes is the first step toward true growth. When we make a mistake, there's a natural instinct to deny it, blame others, or hide it away. But this only serves to perpetuate the cycle of error. In Buddhism, self-awareness and mindfulness are key tools that help us confront our mistakes without judgment. When we are mindful of our actions and decisions, we create the space to examine them and understand where we went wrong. It's through this awareness that we can learn from our mistakes and not repeat them. The important lesson here is that mistakes should never be seen as failures, but as valuable learning experiences. By owning your mistakes, you take responsibility for your actions, which empowers you to make better choices moving forward. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, but an active participant in your own transformation. Instead of feeling guilty or defeated by your mistakes, you can approach them with curiosity and compassion. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow? Mistakes are often the best teachers because they point us to areas that need attention or improvement. When you take the time to reflect on what went wrong, you gain clarity on what you can do differently next time. In doing so, you develop greater wisdom and resilience. For example, if you failed to reach a goal you set for yourself, instead of berating yourself, ask what factors contributed to the failure. Did you lose focus? Did you underestimate the time required? Did you allow distractions to take over? This honest reflection will guide you in developing strategies to overcome these challenges in the future. In Buddhism, the practice of non-attachment is also relevant when it comes to mistakes. You are not your mistakes. They are merely events that happen along your journey. By not identifying yourself with your errors, you free yourself from self-criticism and judgment. Instead of allowing guilt or shame to take root, you can accept your imperfections with grace and compassion. This approach enables you to move forward without carrying the heavy burden of self-blame, ultimately freeing you to continue growing. Moreover, learning from mistakes fosters a sense of humility. It reminds us that growth is a continuous process and that we are all in a constant state of evolution. Mistakes allow us to let go of the illusion that we should have everything figured out. They encourage us to stay open, curious, and willing to adapt. Instead of fearing mistakes, we begin to see them as stepping stones that pave the way for greater wisdom and deeper understanding. So, the next time you make a mistake, instead of feeling discouraged, take a moment to reflect. Embrace the mistake, own it, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone toward becoming a better, stronger, and wiser version of yourself. Mistakes are not a reflection of your inadequacy, they are proof of your willingness to grow. And with each mistake you own, you take one more step toward becoming the best version of yourself. 4. Cultivate a growth mindset. A key teaching in Buddhism is the understanding that nothing is fixed. Everything is in a constant state of change. This principle aligns perfectly with the concept of a growth mindset, which suggests that our abilities, intelligence, and character are not static, but can be developed over time. Embracing a growth mindset is not just about believing that you can improve. It's about recognizing that your potential is limitless and that every experience, challenge, or setback is an opportunity for growth. Buddhism teaches us that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. When you adopt a fixed mindset, you believe that your abilities are limited and that success is only for those who are naturally gifted. You may avoid challenges, fear failure, and shy away from situations where you might not immediately succeed. However, when you shift to a growth mindset, you begin to see challenges as chances to expand your abilities and deepen your understanding. The concept of a growth mindset emphasizes the belief that effort and persistence are key to success. In Buddhism, this idea is reinforced through the concept of right effort, one of the steps on the Eightfold Path. Right effort involves making a conscious, sustained effort to develop positive qualities and eliminate negative ones. Just like the growth mindset, right effort tells us that progress doesn't happen without commitment and work. Every small step you take toward your goal contributes to your growth, even if the results aren't immediately visible. When you cultivate a growth mindset, you begin to approach life with curiosity and openness. Instead of seeing obstacles as threats, you begin to view them as opportunities to learn and improve. Failure becomes less of a defeat and more of a valuable lesson. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness is a tool that allows you to observe your thoughts and behaviors without judgment. By observing your responses to challenges with mindfulness, you can identify patterns of fixed thinking, like avoidance or self-doubt, and replace them with more productive, growth-oriented thoughts. A growth mindset also fosters resilience. When you encounter setbacks, instead of feeling discouraged or defeated, you are more likely to keep pushing forward, knowing that every setback is just a temporary obstacle on your path. Resilience is at the core of a growth mindset. You learn to rise after every fall, adapt to new circumstances, and keep moving toward your goals, regardless of how many times you fail along the way. This aligns with the Buddhist teaching that suffering and difficulty are part of life, but they are also the crucibles in which we forge our strength and wisdom. Another aspect of a growth mindset is the belief that intelligence and skill are developed through practice and perseverance. Buddhism teaches us that the mind is malleable, and through meditation, reflection, and disciplined effort, we can transform our mental and emotional patterns. This is exactly what a growth mindset promotes. Skills and abilities aren't born. They are cultivated through consistent effort. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a craft, or improving your emotional intelligence, a growth mindset encourages you to stay persistent and believe in your capacity to improve. In practical terms, cultivating a growth mindset involves taking small, deliberate actions to develop your skills. You begin to focus on learning rather than merely performing. For instance, if you're working on building a new habit, don't focus on achieving perfection from the start. Instead, enjoy the process of learning and improving step by step. This mindset not only makes the journey enjoyable, but also ensures that you stay committed to long-term growth, even when immediate results aren't evident. The growth mindset is about embracing change. Buddhism encourages us to embrace the fluid nature of life and understand that nothing stays the same. By accepting that change is inevitable and even desirable, you begin to open yourself up to new possibilities and perspectives. The moment you decide that you are always capable of growth, you release the need for rigid certainty and allow yourself to evolve in new, exciting ways. So, to cultivate a growth mindset, begin by embracing the idea that you can always learn, adapt, and improve. Trust in the process, embrace the challenges, and approach life with the understanding that your potential is endless. With a growth mindset, every challenge becomes an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. Just as Buddhism teaches us that life is a constant journey of transformation, so too is your growth path, never static, always evolving. Keep pushing forward, and remember, your capacity to grow is limitless. 5. Prioritize your health and well-being. In the fast-paced, goal-driven world we live in, it's easy to overlook one of the most fundamental components of personal growth: your health and well-being. Often, we focus so much on achieving external success, be it in our careers, relationships, or financial endeavors, that we forget that our physical, mental, and emotional health are the foundation upon which all other success is built. Buddhism, in its deep wisdom, emphasizes the importance of taking care of both the mind and the body as a means of fostering true well-being and achieving inner peace. Your body is not just a vessel for your spirit, it is the very tool through which you engage with the world, make decisions, and achieve your goals. Similarly, your mind is the lens through which you perceive the world, and its clarity, focus, and resilience are crucial for navigating life's challenges. Both physical and mental health are deeply interconnected, and in Buddhism, they are seen as equally important in creating a balanced and fulfilling life. When you prioritize your health and well-being, you are laying the groundwork for long-term growth. Without health, it becomes difficult to sustain any effort for improvement. Physical well-being is essential because it affects your energy levels, your ability to focus, and your overall motivation. If you're tired, sick, or feeling drained, it's much harder to make progress toward your goals. Buddhism teaches us that in order to progress on the spiritual path, we must maintain balance and harmony within ourselves, and this balance begins with our physical body. If the body is neglected, it can become a barrier to achieving mental clarity and spiritual growth. One of the central tenets of Buddhism is the practice of mindfulness, and it extends beyond just mental awareness. Mindful living involves caring for your body with the same level of awareness and attention that you would give to your thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness helps you become attuned to what your body needs, whether that's proper rest, nutritious food, exercise, or simply time to recharge. When you listen to your body, you can identify when it's tired or stressed, and you can take the necessary steps to address it before burnout sets in. It's also important to recognize that health is not just about avoiding illness or staying physically fit. It's about fostering a sense of inner peace and emotional well-being. Emotional health plays a critical role in your overall well-being. In Buddhism, emotional balance is seen as essential for cultivating happiness and peace of mind. Practices like meditation and mindfulness help you develop emotional resilience and awareness, allowing you to better handle stress, difficult emotions, and life's challenges. Taking care of your mental health doesn't mean ignoring your emotions, but instead learning how to manage them in a healthy way. Through mindfulness and meditation, you can become more aware of your emotional patterns and develop strategies to cope with negative feelings. Meditation, in particular, has been shown to have numerous benefits for mental well-being, such as reducing anxiety, improving focus, and promoting a sense of calm. By regularly practicing these techniques, you can build mental clarity, emotional resilience, and an overall sense of peace that supports your journey of growth. Prioritizing your well-being also means setting boundaries and learning to say no when needed. In Buddhism, we learn the importance of self-care, not in the selfish sense, but in a way that allows us to be the best version of ourselves for others and for our goals. If you constantly overextend yourself, you risk draining your energy, which can ultimately hinder your ability to grow. It's crucial to recognize your limits and take the necessary steps to protect your mental and physical health. This could mean taking breaks, getting enough sleep, or cutting out toxic relationships or environments that deplete your energy. Physical health is also deeply tied to mental clarity. When you nourish your body with healthy food, proper hydration, and regular exercise, you give yourself the energy to pursue your goals. It's easy to neglect exercise when life gets busy, but regular movement is essential for not only your physical health, but also your mental well-being. In Buddhism, right action, one of the components of the Eightfold Path, reminds us to engage in actions that promote our overall well-being. This includes taking care of our bodies, which are sacred temples that support our spiritual and personal growth. Nourishing your mind is just as vital as nourishing your body. In the Buddhist tradition, mental training is at the core of self-improvement. Just as you would exercise your body to stay healthy, you must also exercise your mind by engaging in practices that enhance your mental clarity and emotional intelligence. This can be through meditation, self-reflection, or studying spiritual teachings. A well-nourished mind helps you maintain perspective, handle life's stresses with grace, and keep a positive outlook even in challenging circumstances. Don't forget that self-compassion is a key component of well-being. Buddhism teaches us that we must show kindness to ourselves, especially when we stumble or face difficulties. Treating yourself with compassion rather than judgment helps you recover faster and stay focused on your goals. When you prioritize your well-being, you are not only doing yourself a favor, but you are also better equipped to serve others, pursue your passions, and achieve your aspirations. To truly get better every day, you must prioritize your health and well-being. Whether it's through taking care of your body, nurturing your mind, or maintaining emotional balance, your well-being is the foundation of everything else. When you are healthy, grounded, and at peace with yourself, you have the energy, focus, and clarity to keep growing and improving every single day. 6. Surround yourself with positive influence. Buddhism teaches us a profound truth. The people we spend our time with can have a powerful impact on our lives, both positively and negatively. In many ways, we are the sum of the people we associate with. Our environments, the relationships we nurture, and the influences we allow to shape our thoughts and behaviors can either propel us forward or hold us back. In order to truly get better every day, it is essential to surround yourself with positive influences, people who inspire, uplift, and challenge you to become your best self. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is the idea of Sangha, the spiritual community. The Sangha is not just a group of people, it's a community that supports each other in their spiritual journeys. This concept highlights the importance of being part of a like-minded, supportive group that shares your values and aspirations. Whether it's friends, mentors, or family members, the people you surround yourself with play a critical role in your growth. A positive, supportive community encourages you to stay committed to your path, to push through challenges, and to stay aligned with your higher purpose. On the other hand, negative or toxic relationships can drain your energy and stifle your growth. In Buddhism, the concept of right association is taught as part of the Noble Eightfold Path. Right association emphasizes that we should seek out people who inspire wisdom, compassion, and peace. These are the people who will help you grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If you surround yourself with negative people who complain, criticize, or hold you back, you will find it much harder to make progress. The influences we allow into our lives have a subtle yet powerful impact on our mindset. For example, if you are constantly surrounded by people who focus on limitations and problems, you may start to adopt the same negative perspective. But when you are around people who focus on solutions, growth, and positivity, you begin to shift your mindset in that direction as well. The energy of those around you can either lift you or weigh you down, so it's crucial to be intentional about the relationships you nurture. In Buddhism, the law of karma teaches us that the energy we put into the world comes back to us. This principle is not only about our actions, but also about the energy we allow others to project onto us. If you are surrounded by individuals who bring negativity or discouragement into your life, you are more likely to internalize that energy and let it affect your own thoughts and actions. But when you associate with people who radiate kindness, positivity, and compassion, you start to mirror those qualities yourself. Positive influences create a ripple effect. They help you cultivate the traits you admire and desire to develop. Moreover, the energy you spend with others can influence your emotional and mental health. If you surround yourself with individuals who are supportive, caring, and respectful, you are more likely to feel at peace and content. However, being around people who are constantly critical or judgmental can lead to stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. Buddhism teaches us the importance of mental hygiene. Just as we take care of our physical bodies, we must also protect our minds from harmful thoughts and external influences. One of the best ways to do this is by surrounding yourself with people who foster a positive, peaceful environment. The people we surround ourselves with can also be our teachers. In Buddhism, a teacher, whether a spiritual guide, mentor, or wise friend, plays an essential role in guiding us toward enlightenment. These teachers help us see things from a different perspective, challenge our assumptions, and encourage us to keep going when we feel stuck. A good teacher doesn't just tell you what to do. They show you how to think, how to act, and how to cultivate the virtues that will help you grow. By being surrounded by positive, wise individuals, you open yourself up to constant learning and self-improvement. These people act as mirrors, reflecting your potential and showing you the path forward. While it's important to surround yourself with positive influences, it's also crucial to be the positive influence in the lives of others. In Buddhism, we are encouraged to cultivate compassion and wisdom, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. By becoming a source of positivity and encouragement to others, you create a cycle of mutual growth and support. The more you give out positive energy, the more you attract it back into your life. By being the light in someone else's life, you also illuminate your own path to growth. Sometimes, the most powerful shift we can make in our lives is in the relationships we nurture. Take a moment to evaluate your circle of influence. Are the people in your life supporting your growth and well-being? Are they encouraging you to pursue your dreams, stay positive, and become a better person? If not, it may be time to reassess those relationships and seek out people who align more closely with your values and aspirations. Remember that the right environment extends beyond just people. It includes the spaces you inhabit, the media you consume, and the activities you engage in. Surround yourself with an environment that nurtures peace, inspiration, and focus. Whether it's creating a peaceful home, consuming uplifting and motivating content, or spending time in nature, Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your mindset and energy. Buddhism encourages us to create surroundings that support our inner peace and growth. The people and influences we surround ourselves with are among the most powerful factors in our journey of growth. Seek out individuals and environments that uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you to be your best self. When you consciously choose to surround yourself with positivity, wisdom, and encouragement, you create an environment that fosters growth and transformation. The right influences will help you stay grounded in your values and aligned with your goals, making your path to improvement smoother, more fulfilling, and much more powerful. 7. Reflect daily and set intentions for tomorrow. In the Buddhist tradition, reflection and intention setting are powerful practices that help us stay grounded, focused, and aligned with our higher purpose. Every day, we are presented with new opportunities for growth, learning, and self-improvement. But how often do we pause to reflect on our progress and set clear intentions for the future? If we don't make time for this vital practice, we risk moving through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances rather than consciously creating the life we want. Buddhism teaches us the value of mindful living, being fully aware of our actions, thoughts, and feelings in each moment. This mindfulness extends to the end of each day, when we take time to reflect on what we've learned, how we've grown, and where we can improve. Reflection is the process of looking back with awareness and learning from the experiences, decisions, and actions of the day. It helps us understand where we succeeded, where we fell short, and where we have room to grow. Reflecting on your day allows you to gain clarity and insight into your behavior, emotions, and thoughts. It's easy to get swept up in the busyness of life, but by taking a few moments each evening to look back on your day, you give yourself the opportunity to assess whether you acted in alignment with your values and goals. This practice helps you identify patterns, both positive and negative, that affect your life. Did you respond to stress with calmness, or did you react impulsively? Did you take steps toward your goals, or did you procrastinate? Reflection creates a space for honesty and self-awareness, helping you understand what's working and what needs to change. In Buddhism, we are encouraged to approach life with mindfulness and acceptance. When you reflect on your actions, do so with compassion, not judgment. There is no need to berate yourself for mistakes or imperfections. Instead, use reflection as a tool for self-compassion and learning. Every day is an opportunity to be better, and every mistake is a lesson that brings you closer to wisdom. Reflection isn't about beating yourself up. It's about understanding yourself more deeply and committing to continuous improvement. Once you've taken time to reflect on the day, setting intentions for tomorrow is the next crucial step in the process. Buddhism emphasizes the power of intention in shaping our lives. Our intentions are the seeds we plant, and the actions we take are the ones that nurture those seeds into fruition. Setting clear, purposeful intentions each day ensures that you stay aligned with your goals and values. Intentions are like the compass that directs your actions toward your desired destination. Without them, it's easy to lose focus and get distracted by life's inevitable challenges. Intentions are different from goals. While goals are specific, measurable outcomes, intentions are the inner drivers that motivate us to act. They reflect the mindset and values we want to embody each day. For example, rather than setting a goal to lose 10 pounds, set an intention to nurture my body with healthy habits, or exercise with mindfulness and joy. The goal is the result, but the intention is the energy and mindset that fuel the action. When you set intentions rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and growth, You empower yourself to make conscious decisions that align with your true purpose. Taking a moment to set daily intentions also helps you prioritize your time and energy. Life can be overwhelming, with countless tasks, distractions, and obligations. But by setting intentions at the beginning of each day, you create a sense of direction and purpose. You decide where to focus your energy and how to navigate the day with mindfulness and intention. This practice is especially important in today's world, where distractions are everywhere, and it's easy to get caught up in the noise. Setting your intentions provides clarity and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Another powerful practice in Buddhism is metta, or loving-kindness meditation. As part of your reflection and intention setting, you can use metta to cultivate compassion for yourself and others. Start by setting an intention to approach yourself and those around you with kindness, patience, and understanding. This simple practice shifts your mindset and energy, creating a more positive and harmonious environment for growth. Whether you are at work, with friends, or at home, setting the intention to show kindness helps you respond with love, not fear or frustration. When you reflect on your day and set intentions for tomorrow, you create a feedback loop that accelerates your growth. Each day becomes a building block toward a better version of yourself. The more consistently you engage in reflection and intention setting, the more you start to notice a shift in your mindset. You begin to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and growth as a continuous process rather than a destination. It's important to approach this practice with consistency. In Buddhism, the path to enlightenment is a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. The same goes for personal growth. Small, daily moments of reflection and intention setting compound over time, leading to transformative change. By practicing this every day, you begin to align yourself more deeply with your true self, your purpose, and your potential. The practice of reflecting and setting intentions doesn't need to be long or complicated. A few minutes at the end of the day, before you go to sleep or during your meditation practice, can be incredibly powerful. Simply ask yourself, what went well today? What could I have done differently? What do I want to focus on tomorrow? In doing so, you create a moment of clarity and connection with yourself, setting the stage for an intentional and productive day ahead. Reflection and intention setting are essential practices for anyone looking to improve and grow every day. By taking time each evening to reflect on your actions and setting purposeful intentions for tomorrow, you create a powerful foundation for consistent growth. These practices bring mindfulness into your daily life, helping you stay grounded, focused, and aligned with your goals. When you approach each day with intention, you take control of your growth, ensuring that each day is a step forward in your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. And there you have it, 7 powerful lessons from Buddhism that can help you get better every single day. By embracing the power of consistency, focusing on the process, owning your mistakes, cultivating a growth mindset, prioritizing your health, surrounding yourself with positivity, and reflecting daily, you're setting yourself up for continuous improvement. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with anyone who could benefit from these teachings. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep improving every day.